Would you rather have superpowers or infinite money?
I love fucking jumping into it like that instead of like just like so.
Yep.
Would I rather have superpowers? I don't know. I think the only reason you would ever not pick infinite money is that the superpowers gets you infinite money.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of on the infinite money train. I
Yeah.
think you become way too government ready if you have superpowers.
I suppose. See, I think I'm picking superpowers because you almost kind of do have infinite money, you know?
So when you say superpowers, like, what are you? You're saying like what? You have every superpower?
Just, you could pick some.
Some.
You pick some here and there.
You just whatever you want.
You just kind of pick some. Yeah, there's no, yeah. Would you rather have superpowers or infinite money, you know?
Oh,
I'm going to
then-
pick superpowers. I'm picking superpowers.
Yeah, for some reason I was limiting myself to one superpower.
Yeah. You can,
If-
you can do a couple.
Dude,
you
if
can't
we-
you can't go overkill with it, get all of them, but like you could have a few.
Sure, even if I get 5, fuck it, I'm doing superpowers.
Yeah, you could pick a couple.
Because like if
I'd
you
say-
can stop time,
Yeah.
like if you get that one, it's GG's.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want anyways.
We're going to say it's on like a randomizer. It's like a randomizer of like Avengers superpowers. You get like a big spinning wheel and you get like 3 spins.
Oh, that would suck.
So it's a little bit random.
Oh,
But
then
you
I'm
still
picking
get
infinite money.
You still get superpowers. See, either way I'm still picking superpowers because like dude, you kind of get infinite money in the fact of like especially in today's society, you just set up like a fucking TikTok account
Oh my god.
and you just fucking rail up views off your superpowers.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, man.
It's already like basic. That's basically infinite money. I mean,
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
so
I think it's just hard.
yeah,
I think it is just hard. Yeah. Let's run it.
cool. Go in with
Um,
another one. Hit me.
Let's venture over to the would you rather categories.
Yeah.
The categories of the time and the space and the
I mean, we
things.
kind of did just do one. I mean, we don't need to venture into it. We're already in it.
All right, so let's get into the adventure that's already started.
Yeah.
Let's turn to page 17 and we can start reading.
Yep.
So, would you rather know the exact moment when you're going to die or the exact moment your loved ones are going to die?
Okay, a little bit of a callback from a previous one.
Yep.
Would you rather know the exact moment you're gonna die or the exact moment your loved ones are gonna die?
Yeah, the exact moment. So, to the time.
Weirdly, I think I'm gonna pick when I die. I think I'm gonna pick knowing that because I feel like there's some solace in that, and you could always just tell people, be like, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna die on this day, so we should
God
probably get our time in
damn.
here."
Dude, I don't know if
Just
I
make
like
it
either of
impactful.
them. I honestly, I just don't like either of them. I think
Yeah,
having such voodoo type shit where it's like knowing when somebody's gonna die is some information that just genuinely you shouldn't know. I just don't like. So if there was a neither, I'd pick neither. But since I have to pick one, I guess I'm going with myself. I think it'd be you'd just be way too worried if you knew when everyone was gonna die, especially people close to you.
yeah, that sounds really fucked up.
I know. And like I just don't like I don't like the idea of it cuz it's like your loved ones so that, your wife doesn't start out as a loved one. It starts out as a person. So at like one point, you just look at her and all of a sudden you see a date above her head and you're just like, "Oh, man, in 2065 on April 17th, you're going to die."
Yep.
And now I know that. And
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe the system doesn't allow you to tell them,
Mm-hmm.
but I just don't like it.
Yeah, it sounds a little odd. Would you rather always know the truth but hurt others with that knowledge or live with a life filled with lies that protect other people's feelings?
Oh, geez. Are you willing to lie for the people you love, or do you just always tell the truth? This is kind of a policy with me, is I'm more of a truth teller. I rather just get it out of the way because, as long as it's truthful and like everything is whatever, you did that shit, at least you can probably come back from it, even if it's trash. But like, dude, just lying all the time, I don't like it. I don't think I like myself.
Yeah, especially painted in this scenario. Would you rather always know the truth but hurt others with that knowledge? I guess you got to be hurting people. I mean, there's also some solace in that because you can't really grow out of always being told like lies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to be truthful with people to actually experience some growth out of it. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this one is pretty easy. Always tell the truth because it like okay, like yeah, you always are telling the truth, but it's not like that's like insane. You're probably gonna hurt their feelings for a couple minutes, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So after that point, they're gonna, eventually they'll get over it. They're not gonna hate you for it.
Yeah.
Unless you're like telling the truth about you're like, hey, listen, I fucking slept with your wife.
Hey, I've been sleeping with your wife for 15 years.
Yeah, but either way, it's like you instantly. It wouldn't be that'd be wild.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping with your wife for 15 years. Because how would they?
That'd be wild to sleep with your wife for 15 years.
No. I'm saying like because they always know the truth, but hurt others with the knowledge. Because like they could never cheat on someone's wife for 15 years.
Oh God.
They would tell immediately.
Yeah.
Right after, so it'd be like a right after thing.
True.
But weirdly, I feel like they would never get themselves into something like that because I feel like they'd have to have a good moral compass.
Yeah.
Because they're always telling the truth. So there's no way they could they wouldn't find themselves in a lot of those scenarios. It would be like, they hear information from other people of things that are going on that's happening to a person and no one will tell them.
Yeah.
Like it could be like you hear about like a best friend and like someone you're removed of.
Yep.
Like there's like infidelity or they are like someone's out stealing money or some scenario like that. You hear it from like a person of them doing bad things and then you're basically like telling. Kind of like I don't want to say like telling on them, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't really know what other way to say it, but
no, oddly enough, it reminds me of this conversation I was having with somebody where they were kind of older. They were like 40s, and they were in a lot of circles. So they go to a lot of like stuff, right? They got a lot of friends from college, all these things. And he was telling me because I dropped the line that you told me about don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife.
Well, I mean that's kind of just out in the manosphere.
Yeah,
but it's not really my advice.
So the thing you keep telling me,
yeah,
is
yeah the thing. Yeah, exactly. No, actually, that's exactly the way it works. Is you hear something from someone else, and then when you hear it from someone else enough, you can just be like, "Hey, it wasn't me who acted it out. It was this guy."
Yeah, it was him. He's trying to find his wife.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was talking to him, and then he kind of told me that there was actually a lot more cheating than you would imagine. Like, he was just saying in his, like, not his circle necessarily, but he's heard way more, especially in marriages that have lasted a long time, how much cheating happens. And he was talking about his one friend who was like 60 something. He was like, yeah, he just got divorced because he's been cheating on his wife for 15 years. And it's like, bro, at that point, like, what are you're with your person just to be with them? Like, god damn.
Yeah, I don't really get that. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but
yeah. So would you rather get cheated on in every relationship or have to cheat on your partner in every relationship?
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
So either you're getting it done to you or you were doing it to the person.
That's really fucked up.
And you have to pick.
Dude, I'm not playing the game.
You're killing yourself?
I ain't playing. I'm single, dude.
Yeah.
I'm single forever.
You're single, bro.
I'm single forever then.
Yeah. And
I am not committing to any relationship at that. If I know that is the choices I get, is I either every person I'm with, they're either gonna cheat on me or I'm gonna cheat on them. I ain't playing the game.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, bro.
That's fucked up. I'd rather just be single at that point.
Dude, fuck, man, that'd be tough.
What, to be single?
No, to have that be your scenario.
Those are your only two picks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's why I'm just being single because I don't,
Yeah,
that
bro.
doesn't have to.
I think it's tough. I think at that point you just say there's no labels. We are never in a relationship,
Yeah.
you know, but we
You
can
can't, dude. You can't be in a relationship. You can only be in
things.
polyamorous relationships at that point.
Yeah, I hook up with a girl from Starbucks every fucking Saturday.
Yeah.
I see her.
Because
God,
yeah,
that'd be ass.
in that option, I'm selecting neither of those.
Yep.
Just because that's always an option. I don't have to do either. So
Yeah, dude, you can always. It's your life. You can
Yeah.
X out of the game.
yeah, pretty much. Would you rather experience life on Earth in total silence or in total chaos?
Damn. It's the fucking episode of BoJack Horseman, or where there was no dialogue, or the other episode of BoJack Horseman where it's just all sounds. Fuck, these suck.
Yeah, we're getting into the part of would you rather's where it's just all like, fuck, dude. Either way, it's like, do I want
Yeah.
my life to be shitty or do I want my life to be shitty? Like, I don't know. I guess you could take your pick. I don't think one is less shitty than the other. I think they're equally shitty.
I think the total silence one is doable.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all. There's a room that they have total silence and people start losing their mind.
Sheesh. All right. Well, if you're telling me that,
Dude, it's pretty much do you want to lose your mind from not having sound or do you want to be schizophrenic?
yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude.
it's okay, it's the fuck you button.
It
you
is
wanna
the
get-
fuck you button.
Do you want to get fuck you'd or do you want to get fuck you'd?
You know what? I'm picking fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, I can't pick one of these. They're both equally shitty, so.
So once again, the
Yeah.
kill yourself option.
Exactly. Once again, kill myself option. Suicide option.
All right, you're 2 for 2 not answering the question.
Yeah, I mean, dude, when you get these ones where they're not like you can't live in these scenarios. Like, how the hell could you live it? You'll do it for you could live in it for like, at least in this one, you won't survive very long. You'll maybe last a couple days.
Bro, you're basically you're kind of saying that like all death people like should die. Like you
Well,
can't
no.
do it.
That's different because like, well, I mean, maybe
There's just
maybe
no
it is.
sound, man. Like
Maybe it is.
it's not that
I don't-
crazy.
That's actually, you know what? That actually makes me think a little bit differently on it. Because I'm thinking like those like rooms where they're like sensory deprivation rooms. Or
No,
whatever.
because that takes away all of your things.
So maybe, you know what? I probably would just be in total silence then.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah.
The other
because I didn't
thing
think
is-
about that aspect of it.
It's just communication that's like the only thing that really breaks down. You know, you can't listen to music, which would obviously suck. You know, I think it's basically, do you want to be deaf or do you want to just have constant noise? Like, do you want to be in like a constant noise chamber? And like honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards just being in silence because either way you're going to cope with it. Like after a couple of, I don't know, imagine a year of nonstop sound. It's just life.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, if everyone's on the same page, bro, everyone's goated at sign language. Society is just kind of soundless.
Yeah.
Like it's the way she goes. I'm picking just total silence.
Yeah. Same in that aspect. So
The would you rather have fingers? Nice. Now we're getting the goofy ones.
okay.
Would you rather have fingers as long as your legs, super long fingers, or legs as long as your fingers?
Fingers as long as your legs. Easy.
Just like ridiculously
Fucking
long.
Easy. And here's the reason why. How the fuck are you supporting your body? At that point, you're wheelchair bound.
Yep.
You're wheelchair bound.
Do you
So,
want to have no legs
basically, is what you're saying is, do you want well,
or
you know
shitty
what?
hands?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I am picking fingers as long as legs because at least I have like usable hands.
Fingers as long as legs?
Basically, you're saying, do you want to like pretty much not be able to use your hands, or do you
Yeah.
want to not be able to use your feet? In
Yeah.
essence, that's kind of what you're saying. I'm gonna pick the short the finger legs.
Dude, this was a little thing for me today. I saw a guy with a fake leg, and I was like thinking about it, and I was like, you know, that would obviously suck, but like, I think it's doable. I genuinely
Yeah.
like if we're not saying that like it's all the way up to here, you know.
Well, that would be. It'd be up to here because that's where your legs start.
So yeah, so if you're saying like, you know, cuz
Basically,
like
pelvic, like right, like because basically right for your pelvic region down.
yeah, just cut them off right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
then
there,
I'm
'cause
picking
that's
the
your
fucking
leg.
then I'm picking the hand one.
See, here's my thought.
would
I'm
suck.
like, how are you going to use your hands?
Oh, dude, I'm at this point I'm
Because really, this question is really, it's a different way of saying, would you rather have like very difficult to use, potentially non-usable hands, or would you rather have potentially non-usable legs? It's just
yeah,
a different way of saying it.
literally. I think I'm just I'm banking that I'm gonna have my fingers super duper long because I think you could live with it, and then I don't know, dude, fucking get a surgery. You can't have surgery to you know
can't hack it. No, can't hack it with surgeries.
You can't.
No hacking it with surgeries because
All
that's
right.
the obvious option.
Let me pull the JD. Let me kill myself.
Yeah, the suicide option. Where's the suicide button?
Let me option 3.
See, this one, okay, here's my thought is basically you're like this. Is like, all right, which do I think the world is more applicable in? A world where I can't really walk super well or a world where I can't use my hands super well?
God, they both would suck.
They both would suck. I think the world is a lot more applicable in situations where you can't use your legs.
Yeah.
A lot of things are handicap accessible.
Yep.
Not having your arms, like doing any form of anything besides just talking is like impossible. Try doing your job without arms.
Yeah, well, it's not arms because it's
Well,
quite literally just
fingers.
your fingers are just really long.
Well, and like grabbing things.
They're comically long.
Good luck grabbing things.
I
How are
know.
you gonna go? You would like your fingers would be like so long, like it would basically be like grabbing something with your foot.
Yeah.
So it's like each finger is like grabbing, like pinching together your thumb and your pointer finger like this.
Yep.
Would be like taking your feet and going like this,
Yeah, dude.
and then writing with that or some shit.
Oddly enough, there is a scenario where I don't think it's depending on how like pliable your fingers are, it could be not that bad.
Yeah, we would need to figure out how usable your fingers are. I guess.
Like how much muscle do they still have grip strength? Can you still grab things?
Because my thought is like the proportions are. It's kind of like opposite of T-Rex type thing, where
Yep.
T-Rex's arms are so small they're not really like usable.
Mm-hmm.
So, but maybe there's because of that, it almost causes what's the term? Basically, like not genetic mutation, but like where, for example, like wearing or like the cause of like your ears going out and stuff like that based off what you're wearing. Like if you were to wear like sunglasses all the time, your ears will eventually just go like this, and then in further generations they'll start to just be like that.
Yeah.
Because it like almost like alters your DNA.
I think it's an adaptive mutation.
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty much what it is. What it boils down to.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know I don't know how much that is in like humans, but I'm sure it's probably a thing because I know it's definitely in the animal world.
Yeah.
Where like over time, different different offspring will develop certain things to help them more or less susceptible to like prey or more able-bodied.
Yeah, man. I think that it's livable. You know, this is the first would you rather that it's not we're just gonna like destroy ourselves, and like if you can't hack it, these are two situations where it's basically like, all right, great, I don't have great use of my fingers. You still have the most of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You can still do stuff. And then
Dude.
the legs would just be tough.
Okay, I'm gonna throw another one at you. Driving
Hit me.
a car with your finger legs.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why. It
Yeah.
would suck.
Driving gripping your hand on the steering wheel.
See, at least if it wraps around a couple of times or some shit, depends how pliable they are.
Yeah.
And how long they actually, because you're just saying that your fingers are like this long now.
Yeah.
You know? They're just like
Longer than
ridiculously
that.
long.
They're like
Yeah, so they're. I mean, I can't visibly. Yeah, so they're like.
They're like that long.
Yeah, they're like 3 feet long.
Yeah, they're like. I mean, they're almost as long as your arms are. A little
Mhm.
bit longer than your arms.
Yeah.
And
there's got to be some weird ass job that you'd be really good at.
maybe.
You know what I mean? Like picking fruit or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there's probably something out there.
Could be goated with the sauce.
Yeah. Cool. Would you rather be in a staring contest with a gorilla that takes things personally, or play hide and seek with a velociraptor in Walmart?
Finally.
Jesus. Okay. The velociraptor in Walmart. I guess we're picking Jurassic World here. A staring contest with a gorilla that takes things personally. So you're at face level. Basically, okay. Do you want to be at face level with a gorilla, like right next to it, and you're in
Yeah.
a staring contest with it? Fuck no.
Yeah, or
That
play
thing-
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, or play Jurassic Park. And I'm going to play Jurassic Park because I think the survivability in that situation is a lot higher. It's not either way, it's not very good.
I think the gorilla could rip you in half in very shortly. So either way, if you're in a staring contest, I don't know. The only way that this would work is if it's through glass. And then I would pick the staring contest.
True.
And if it's not, and then I have to do the velociraptor. Also, they're not saying that it's hostile. So this could just be fun.
Well, it's kind of implied
Sure.
because a gorilla is typically I mean, I guess maybe if they're a younger gorilla,
Yeah, it could just be a sweet gorilla.
like a baby gorilla. But
Yeah.
I think well, it's implied that it takes things personally. So it's in the question. It feels like it's implied that they're more dangerous.
But you could intentionally lose.
Yeah.
You know, the staring contest could just be like, all right, we're doing it. And it's like, oh, man, I
mean,
blinked.
once again, we could just sit and poke a billion holes in it.
Yeah, it is a goofy. I mean, fuck, dude. Look at the base of the question.
Yeah. We could sit
It's
and poke
Goofsville,
because
bro.
it's like, okay, all right, baby gorilla, baby velociraptor. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. If there's no danger implied, do I want to do a staring contest or do I want to play hide and seek? I want to play hide and seek. There's no danger implied.
Yeah.
Staring contest feels a little weird.
Sounds more fun.
Yeah.
And that, at the end of the day, that was why that was the last question. It
Yeah.
was supposed to be a goofy little fun one.
Mm-hmm.
We're going back to a classic. It's the cap game. So we have a bunch of franchises. You say how many names from that franchise you can say in 60 seconds. So
Okay.
whoever wins, whoever bids the highest, will get a chance to do it in 60 seconds.
Okay.
From the franchise of Finding Nemo, how many names can you guess in 60 seconds?
Like I'm gonna guess 2.
Okay, well, I'll go with a crispy 3.
Well, 4.
5. I can do 5.
I'll let you take 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Go
cool.
for it.
You want to get like a timer going? I mean, I'm pretty
Sure.
confident that I'm going to be able to do 5 in 60 seconds.
All right. Stopwatch.
Yep.
Here, let me.
Count me down.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Nemo, Dory, Marlin, Bruce.
You got 4.
Oh, there's just so many.
Came strong out the gate.
There's so many. I know. I'm stalling for time.
Well, I mean, if you can do it, just do it.
Oh, but could I do it? You know what I mean? Is his name Surf? What's the fucking Marlin?
You already said Marlin.
Damn.
Surf might be. I know what you're talking. The turtle.
Yeah.
It might be. It might not be. I really don't know off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. The anemone. The home.
The anemone. You're at 50 seconds.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm going with. I'm going with
You're
the
on
Surf
Surf.
as the last guy. Or Crush.
Yeah, Crush is. I'm pretty sure is one too.
Bang.
Yep.
5.
59 seconds.
Hell yeah.
So, and I'll take your word for it. I really don't. I really could only think of like 3.
Marlin's the dad. Dory's the bluefish.
Yeah.
Nemo is the main character.
Yeah.
He's a clownfish. He's kind of got like a fucked up
Mm-hmm.
thing.
See, weirdly, I don't think Nemo's the main character.
Who is?
The dad is the main character because he's
Marlin?
in most of the story.
Bars. Fuck, you got me.
It's Finding Nemo, but Nemo's barely in it.
Yeah, Nemo is like 30 minutes in that shit.
So I bet. On to the next one. So Mario franchise.
A Mario franchise. How many Mario characters can you name in 60 seconds?
In 60 seconds, I'm gonna go 10.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna
Really?
I'm gonna
10?
bid for 10.
Oh man, that's a big bid right off the gate.
Yep. Starting the bidding at 10.
I'll let you have 10.
All right, bet.
Yeah, I'll let you cook at 10.
All right, bet.
Were you hoping that I was going to say 11 and then you were going to let me have it?
No.
No?
Yeah,
You're
I think 10
confident
is
with
easy.
10?
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. Well, you can't be like red Koopa, blue Koopa, right?
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
got it.
3, 2, 1.
Dry Bones, Yoshi, Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Donkey Kong, Bowser, Bowser Jr., Shy Guy.
Damn, he is
Yeah.
like that.
That was easy. Light work.
It was too easy.
Well, how fast was that? That was like that
it was
almost
8
was.
seconds.
I was gonna say that was less than 10 seconds.
What do you think your upper echelon is then? Like 20?
I was thinking like 20 to 30.
Shit.
Yeah, well, just start thinking of Super Smash Bros. Or think of like Mario Party.
Yeah, I was going to say Mario Party. Super Smash Bros. Wouldn't work.
Would it?
No,
I
because...
suppose it has characters from other games too.
Yeah. Like if you
So-
said Mr. Game & Watch, I'd be like, that's not Mario.
Yeah, I suppose. Probably more Mario Party.
Yeah.
Or
There's only 8 characters in Mario Party.
I think of what is it? Because there's Toad, there's Toadette, Rosalina.
Yeah.
There is
All the baddies.
what is the gosh? I'm trying to think of the pink Yoshi looking ass.
Birdo.
Birdo. There is what the hell is it? I said Toad and Toadette.
Yep.
I could swear there's another Toad type beat.
Toad and Toadette.
I thought there was another one. I'm pretty sure there's like
There's Captain Toad.
maybe that's who I'm thinking of. I also didn't name Wario, Waluigi,
You could have got 20.
Goomba,
Yep.
Paragoomba,
Paragoomba. Paracoopa. Koopa.
Koopa.
Shy Guy.
Yep, I named Shy Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Yeah, I said Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, right?
Yeah. Donkey Kong. Grandpa Kong or whatever his name is.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I think right around 20 is like the upper echelon of it. But
Well, and mostly I think it's the timing thing is 60 seconds. You banged them out like fucking super quick.
yeah,
I was capping on Finding Nemo. I was pretty sure I was going to get it. I just wanted to waste
Yeah.
time.
I don't know too many of the Finding Nemo characters. So next up we have Futurama.
Futurama. Let me start off the bidding at 7.
8.
9.
I'll let you take 9.
Ooh, man. I don't know if I can get 9.
I'll let you take 9.
It's going to be tough.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Run it.
All right.
Bender, Fry, Amy, Leela, Professor Farnsworth, Hermes, Zoidberg, Kip, and God, I've got Scruffy.
Yeah, that's 9.
Nice.
Here we go. Easy.
Hell yeah.
Yep, you got that in like 20-some seconds. So
That
that
wasn't
was
too
pretty
bad.
good. Yeah, that was pretty good. The only other, because you could have technically, now that I think about it, you could do a lot because you can just start naming presidents.
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of cheap.
They're technically characters
Sure.
because you could say
You
Richard.
could say
you
Richard
could
Nixon's
say
head.
Richard Nixon, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington,
Sure.
John Adams. Like
That's
they're
tough,
all
man.
in it.
Yeah, but I like to. It's kind of like the same thing with like blue Shy Guy, red Shy Guy, yellow Shy Guy, green Shy Guy. It's like yes, they're different characters, but like I don't know, man. Let's stick to like
So main
guys.
characters. So what name X amount of main characters?
Well, like I would actually argue like Richard, like the head of Richard Nixon, he's such an important character that I'd be cool with that one. But if you literally just went down and named 50 fucking presidents, I'd be like, dude, like, come on. It's Futurama.
Yeah, right.
It's not like, can you name all the presidents? Number 4, comedians in general.
All right. I'll start the bidding at 10.
10? 10's pretty good. God, I think that's like my upper. I really do. I'll go 11 just to top it off.
Gosh, do I want to take 12?
You're like really strong at this game, so honestly, how
I'll
about
take I'll take 12. I'll see if you're gonna I'll see if you're gonna go to 13 or not. I'll take 12.
golly, man, it's just tough, bro. It is just tough because like, do I really think that I could do that? I mean, I'm really gonna start just naming like Joe Rogan podcast guests. Dead ass.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go 13. Sure. I'm fairly confident that you can get at least 14.
All right, I'll take 14.
Yeah, I figured. Fuck, man. Can I get 14?
You get 15.
Oh yeah, can I get 15 is the question. I'll cut my bidding. Yeah, I'm good.
All
I
right,
got
I'll
14.
take 14.
I'm pretty sure you got this fairly handily. What do you think your upper echelon is before you even start?
I don't know, like 20 something.
20?
I think upper echelon is like 30 if you're really like that.
Yeah. But in 60 seconds, right?
Yeah.
3, 2, go.
Joe Rogan, Amy Schumer, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle. Let's see here. Jim Gaffigan. Ari Shearson.
No.
What?
It's not his name.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell
Ari
you.
Shafir?
Yes.
Ari Shafir. Let's see here. Gosh damn. I'm blanking. I said Joe Rogan already.
Yep.
God damn. Louis C.K.
Yep.
Shit. Yeah, I'm starting to blank here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Nick Swartzen.
Hell yeah.
God dang. I can literally John Mulaney.
Yep. You need 4 more.
Nick Kroll.
Yep.
Shit, I'm not gonna get it. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, that one was tough.
Aziz Ansari? Amy
I
Schumer?
Yeah.
Bill Burr, Jim Gaffigan,
Yep,
Dane Cook.
I didn't name Dane Cook.
Mike Birbiglia. I think that would have been one of my polls. All right,
Okay.
so goddamn, I'm just gonna erase yours, and I'm gonna see if I can. What was the number?
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, 14.
All right, count me down.
All right, 3, 2. You can't use any of the same I did.
Oh, that's gonna be impossible then. Then never mind.
Because I just listed a bunch of them.
I'm gonna be honest. Other than Joe Rogan, I don't know who you said.
I mean, I just listed a bunch of them. Here's what we'll do. We'll come back to it at the end.
Sure. Yeah.
Because
that works for me.
then at least it gives a little bit of time to disregard it. We'll do it right at the end of the pod.
Sure. Yeah, just cue me in whenever you want to go.
Cool.
The
I
number will
mean,
be
next
14.
up we have women, but I feel like that's just women's names.
Yeah, women's names.
I mean,
So you have to name so you can't be like Sydney. You have to be Sydney Sweeney. You know what I mean?
it has to be so it has to be a specific person.
It has to be a woman that we know. It can't be like not in the sense of like your mom.
I don't like this because this is totally subjective. You know women that I don't know, or you know women. Yeah,
if
you
I
know
can
women
Google
that I
them,
don't know.
you're good.
I know women that you don't know.
Sure, man. If you can Google it and you can prove it's
Dude,
a person, absolutely.
I think we should just go women's first names because that's way more like.
That's way worse.
I don't think so.
You think women's first names?
Yeah. Here's why is because like I could think of any name and I could Google something and I'll bet there's a person's name who comes up.
I guess. I don't
So
know.
that's why I think we should just do women's first names. If we're gonna do something as broad as women,
it's like the same thing with comedians. It's not like you just said Bert. You said Bert Kreischer.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
just,
I mean, kind of.
just say the first and the last name of who you're trying to
I want
reference.
to do something. I want to do a different one. I don't really like women. Just the general like
Sure.
category of naming like a first last name of a woman because I don't.
This all
honestly,
stems from can
yeah.
you name 100 women?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
Well,
the
that's where it's
pre-planned
like.
bit I was trying to do that you kind of just started shitting on it
Yeah.
was as I was just gonna whatever you bid first, I was gonna X out.
Yeah.
So, to unveil the
Okay.
the whole thing. But I mean, sure, man. If you want to change the game, that's cool with me.
I bet.
I don't really care.
Let's go with. Let's go with gaming councils.
Just okay.
Yeah.
So gaming councils in general, I can
Mm.
probably do 10.
I'll give you 10. I don't think I can get 10. I could maybe get 11, but I don't know.
Okay.
I bet.
All right.
Go.
Nintendo Switch, Wii, 64, Sega Dreamcast, the Genesis, the let's go PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5.
Damn. Yeah, should have made a little more rules on it, but that's all right.
Well, I mean, that's the name of it.
Yeah, those are councils. I guess maybe it should have been more defined within like I suppose it probably could have been higher. I probably should have bid higher then.
Yeah, because
I
I
was
even get
thinking
to Xbox.
I was thinking just straight like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo.
Oh, you were saying game companies.
Yeah, like game companies is kind of more of what I was thinking. But
Yeah,
I suppose like councils, I said councils. So
True.
yeah, it makes sense. Cool. With that, let's see here.
Oh, the classic.
Yep. Can we win in a fight against these things / people?
Yep. Can we win in a fight against these things? So it's you and me as a team. It's you and I. So
two people versus other things. So.
Yes. Number 1, a swarm of mildly annoyed geese. 100 geese is basically what it boils down to.
I mean, yeah, we're kicking the fucking shit out of them.
You have much more experience with birds, and you're
Dude,
telling me they're so easy to kill.
It's dead ass. I think it's just. I don't want to say it's after killing poultry, like processing poultry. I don't like to say killing poultry because it sounds fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, either way you put it, it kind of just is what it is. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's like killing a defenseless thing, I guess. I don't know. It'd be like, I don't think it'd be as tough as you'd think it'd be.
Yeah, and
Because it depends. Do we get weapons, or we just hand and fist? Because then it's a little bit harder.
I'm imagining we're just going in right now, like we're
It's,
transported in an arena.
Okay, it's going to be a lot tougher.
Okay.
It's going to be quite a bit tougher.
I just don't think that they can deal enough damage to us that would actually matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's their weapon is their wings. So, I mean, yeah, we'd still win.
We're both on the camp that we win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that too. Number 2, one legit MMA fighter.
Like pro MMA fighter.
Pro MMA fighter.
We're getting fucked.
Yeah.
We're getting fucked.
I put on here like even a featherweight. So like, do you think there's any weight class that we like have a fighter's chance? It's 2 of us.
I don't know.
That's the only thing that we have on our, because like neither of us are super skilled fighters. We're just not.
I mean, I've taken a little bit of MMA classes. So, I mean, I would definitely consider myself like very novice.
Yeah. So like, we have like intro level shit.
That's why a pro MMA fighter would kick our ass.
Yeah. I mean,
They would kick.
100%.
They would fucking wreck us.
yeah. The only thing we have is numbers.
I don't even think it even matters if it's 2 of us. That's just, I feel like that. I feel pretty strongly about that one too. Even if it was a featherweight, I still feel like they would kick our ass.
Yeah, I think their way to win. I think if you ran the simulation like 100 times, we might win a few. Because I do think there's a scenario that like he has to knock one of us out and then we're fucked.
Here's where I think we maybe lose, or we maybe win. I mean, is if the MMA fighter in like killing one of us like breaks bones.
Yeah.
Breaks their own bones.
Sure.
I think that's the only chance we have, is where they like their own bones get broken.
Yeah.
To where like they're like limping or something like that. I think that's the only fair shot we have.
Yeah, I'm not giving us a good chance. I agree. I don't think we're gonna win, even if it's a lightweight or whatever. One angry football. Let's go an NFL player. Can be any position, just an NFL player. You think you and me are beating an NFL player in a fight?
Dude, if we don't have weapons, no. No. Oh yeah, let me just go take on this guy who's like double my size and is a professional athlete. Like, dude, no.
Yeah.
I'm not that delusional.
The only thing is we got two of us.
See, like
there's a lot of NFL players.
I don't think that holds as much. Like, I guess maybe if you're coming from at opposite directions, but once again, I feel like you almost want to be in the scenario where you're going against one other person. You want to be more defensive. Like, you don't want to be the aggressor in the scenario. You want them to be the aggressor.
Sure.
So I guess maybe in that scenario, because I mean, it's also kind of inferred where it's like they're angry and they have quote unquote nothing to lose. So they're probably a bit more aggressive. And I think the non-aggressive person has the better advantage.
Sure.
Because they're not trying to initiate the attack.
So I think if we break it down by positions, it'd be a little more like, I think defensive linemen, defensive ends, linebackers. I'm not saying we have a shot. I'm saying when we get into wide receivers and kickers, maybe. I think we have a much better shot at beating one of them than, because you're imagining like a 350-pound fucking jacked
I'm imagining
beast.
Myles Garrett.
And not every NFL player is that guy.
Yeah, I'm imagining Myles Garrett.
So if we go against like Tyreek Hill, like we have a chance.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose I wasn't really thinking that aspect. I'm thinking they are a lot of, especially now, a fair bit of them are pretty good athletes.
Yeah.
If they aren't like a quarterback, dude, even like some of the running backs, like they're fucking beasts.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It also comes, there's a lot of aspects where it's just kind of like, all right, yeah, I guess if it is a kicker, I think most of the time we're still probably going to lose.
Sure.
In that scenario, I think most of the time we still end up losing.
A 2-on-1 against a kicker, I'll give it 50-50. That's as
against
far
a
as
kicker,
I'll go.
Okay, a kicker, I think we have better odds for a kicker.
Sure.
But I think that's about the only scenario.
Yeah, I'm kind of just leaning towards if it's like a kicker or wide receiver, we have a puncher's chance. Anything above that, I don't think we're doing super well. Number 4, a bodybuilder on some pre and relationship issues. Apparently, he's a pissed off bodybuilder.
Okay, where are they in their bodybuilding journey?
How
big are we talking here? I mean,
I know, right? Just imagine, what's his name? Sam Sulek. You think we can beat him? Because the thing about a bodybuilder is, like, there's 2 of us, so we have to use this advantage, and they just aren't built for cardio. Simply are not built for it.
I mean, I guess if we're sprinting them around, I'm not really built for cardio either.
Well, sure.
Like, I don't know how built for cardio you are, but dead ass, I think you also, I mean, I don't know. What is your thought? What do you think? Because I want to get your opinion on it, because I already know my thoughts on it.
So
I don't want to sway your opinion.
yeah, the bodybuilder one, so there's like 3 levels to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there is for sure we win, for sure we lose, and then there's like the middle, which I'm giving we have a puncher's chance. I think depending on the bodybuilder, we have a chance.
Sam Sulek. We're gonna go with the Sam Sulek reference.
So if we are fighting Sam Sulek every single time, God, I think we're cooked on Sam.
Yeah, I think we are too.
I think we're cooked.
I think we're cooked too. Because yeah, you mentioned the cardio thing, but being fair, I don't think either of us have better cardio than Sam Sulek. I don't think we do.
Yeah.
I think the general assumption is most bodybuilders don't have good cardio, but
Yep.
I know a lot of bodybuilders who have way better cardio than we do.
Sure.
So like we're gonna get cooked.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it. Especially if they're bigger dudes. But once again, I suppose it depends. There's a lot of scenarios where I could see it going one way, but a lot of these are like professionals in their field
Mm-hmm.
where they're very like, if it's a professional, like, dude, I'm not beating this. I'm not beating a professional like athlete who's at the highest class, who's been doing this for 10 plus years.
Yeah, but we're taking them out of their actual skill and we're putting them in a fight. You know what I mean?
They still have a lot of power. That's like
Sure.
taking a bodybuilder and putting them on a football field. They're still going to have a lot of fucking power.
Yeah. I think the thing that we are losing is that there's 2 of us. Like,
See, and here's where I give them a little bit more. 90% of the scenarios we've laid out, or like 3 out of the 4, we are going up against a professional.
sure.
Like, I guess if it's just like a random, if this is an average Joe bodybuilder, like it's just like some guy you see who's like maybe 180 pounds, 190 pounds, who's a bodybuilder, okay, I think we have a better chance at it.
Yeah.
If we're talking Sam Sulek, no way in hell do I think we have a chance. Like, I think there's maybe like a couple scenarios, but we don't have weapons.
Yeah.
So like, okay, maybe our main goal is get them on the ground then at that point. But do you know any finishing moves besides trying to punch them in the face or put them in a headlock?
Yeah. I know a rear naked choke.
Putting them in a headlock. That's
Yeah.
putting them in a headlock.
Sure. I mean, the headlock is kind of above here. A rear naked choke's around the neck.
Putting them in a... It's basically the same thing.
Sure, man.
So, like, I mean, outside of those moves, is there any other stuff you know?
Armbar.
Okay, if you know how to put someone, if you feel confident you could put them in an armbar, then I'd maybe feel a little bit more comfortable in some of these scenarios.
Triangle. I've done all these things.
Okay, well, if you know all these moves, then if you know how to put people in triangles and put them all in, do all those moves, then yeah, I'd probably feel a bit more confident in it. But I just have low confidence in the scenarios because I can't say confidently I know a bunch of moves. I don't have weapons, so it's basically like, all right, I'm using my fists and then trying to put them in MMA moves, which I don't know how well that'll fare, specifically against like an MMA fighter.
MMA fighter, we're cooked.
Yeah.
Geese, I think we have a fighter's chance.
Oh, I think
NFL player depends on position.
I think we clear the geese. I think
Geese are simple.
I think we clear the geese.
I think
geese is not even tough.
Clearly lose the MMA fighter.
Yeah.
I think the NFL player depends on position.
Yeah.
And then I think the their bodybuilder depends on the bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Depends on how much cardio they actually have, and also if we have a strategy. Because like, truthfully, I don't know how many times you've fought 2-on-1, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just simply like the person that is the one is usually the disadvantage unless they have fighting skills.
Yeah.
So like we're kind of like middle tier, like, I don't know, we're not like out of shape 400-pound people, but like, this is a bodybuilder. He's clearly in shape. He has a lot of power. It's just, can he effectively use it? I don't really think the bodybuilder is also doing boxing or has any fighting skills. We're all assuming we're all on the same level.
Yeah.
He's just stronger than us.
Yeah.
So that's our advantage, having the 2-on-1.
Yeah, in a lot of these scenarios, there's just a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I just can't say that I think we'd win. I just don't think we personally in a lot of these scenarios. And this is just more of me as like, I do know a little bit about fighting. I do know how to put some people in some of these moves, but once again, I just don't, there's still a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
So it's tough to say because I can't put myself in those, especially against other people. It's tough to say. And it looks like a lot of these are against people. So I feel very 50-50 on it.
Yeah, so I give us a 50-50 on that one.
A 45-year-old bald dude who says I used to bounce.
So we're fighting a dad.
A dad who
used to bounce.
Once again, like, I don't know the size of this guy. I can't do. We don't have weapons. Like, a lot of these are so premised on just using hands, and it's literally like we're just squaring straight up with them.
Yeah.
And they're equally as prepped as we are, so it's like tough to say. I'll give it a 50-50.
I'm
like,
cool with 50-50.
I don't, in terms of any of these, I can't give any more of these because I'm reading over the next one too. I can't give it any more.
Yeah, let's combo piece 5 and 6. So basically we'll call them both 50-50s. This one's just an actual bouncer who just called you champ before the fight.
He wants it. I'm gonna give it a 50-50. I don't know.
Yeah, so
I can't,
it depends
like,
on the guy.
There's not enough, like, I can't gauge traits here.
Yeah.
Because, like, these are just, like, it's a 45-year-old bald guy. You know who else is a 45-year-old bald guy? The fucking Rock.
Yeah.
Like,
really.
fuck, dude. You think both of us are gonna beat The Rock? I fucking doubt it. I fucking doubt it. A bouncer who calls you both champ. He's a bouncer. The presumption is that he's fucking big.
Yeah.
See, now if we get a handicap, I think we have a little bit more bounds. Like, I think we're a little bit more just for it, but in the current scenario, a lot of these are 50-50, leaning on the less side of 50-50 for me.
Yeah, the other hard part of even just writing something like this is like, bro, what do you want? Like, should I put out this an entirely made up person? Like 45, 225, 6'2", had a novice, did 3 weeks of MMA training. It's like, I don't know. We're trying to use our imaginations here.
Yeah.
Who can we fight? We can fight anyone. Do we want to? No. And do we have a puncher's chance against probably all of them? Everyone except the MMA fighter. That's the one I'm not delusional enough to say, to be like, you know what? My very minimal MMA experience definitely allows me to fight him. It's like, no, that guy kicks our ass.
Yeah. It's just, especially in a lot of these scenarios where these are all set up people who are literally, they do athletic things for a living.
Sure,
like,
the bodybuilder and the NFL guy.
That is a little bit of the difference. And we do not have weapons, and we do not, like, we mildly work out.
Sure.
I would not say we live an active, like a overly active lifestyle compared to these people.
Sure.
These people are literally like, I mean, I guess maybe the guy who I would say we do have a better shot is this guy of like a 45-year-old bald dude who says I used to bounce. I mean, as far as we know, it's some random dude who's just like, yeah, I used to be a bouncer.
Yeah.
It's some random dude. So
kind of what I was imagining.
So maybe. But if it's straight up like a bouncer, like, dude, 9 times out of 10, the guys that are hiring as bouncers are fucking way, like, they're like 6'2", fucking 6'2" to 6'5", 6'6", 250 plus.
Yeah.
The very active lifestyle. They're bouncers. They're hired as bouncers. Like, yeah, bouncers can, I've definitely seen bouncers fuck people up.
Well, to be fair, bouncers' main competitions are drunk people.
True.
They're usually not bouncing sober people.
Yeah.
You know,
well, dude,
they have the advantage.
I don't know how many bouncers that you've met, but
my dad was a bouncer.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Usually it's a bigger guy who is probably above 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Who can throw their fucking weight around. I mean, dude, the bouncers I've met, Like some of them are way fucking bigger than me.
Yeah.
The ones that I've known that get hired as bouncers, they're pretty fucking big. And admittedly, some of these guys, it's like, all right, well, they are bigger. They do fall down a lot easier. But the hardest part is like, okay, once you get them down, do you know what to do? And can you think of it in that situation?
Sure.
And that's where it gets tough, is like remembering all of these moves that you may or may not know and actually being able to land some of them.
And that's pretty much why I think fighting to the death in like a lot of these scenarios is just kind of tough. But like, I think to just wrap it all up at the very end, I think Geese, we clear. MMA fighter, we get dunked on. NFL player, it depends on who it is. Bodybuilder, once again, depends on who it is. I think there's a good chance we lose. 45-year-old bald dude, I'm thinking dad type beat. I think we clear that guy. And the active bouncer, I think we lose.
Yeah. For me, it really depends upon if it's a fight to the death or if it is just like a fight till they knocked out. I think part of that is just based on like the first being like a pack of geese, a swarm of like 100 geese.
Sure.
That's just where my head's going, because like they're not going to knock us out to a point
Yeah.
where we're not going to do that. But I think if any of these are just knockout, I actually think we stand a better chance.
Yeah.
Where it's just knockout. Because that I feel a lot more comfortable with.
Sure.
You know, if it's a fight to the death, I'm like, listen.
Neither of us are built for
Yeah.
that. I'll be honest. That's not what I was trying to do either.
Yeah. And it just kind of is how it is. But with that, real quick.
14 comedians, real
Yeah.
quick. All right,
Yeah,
let's do
let's
it.
see.
Let's run
Here
this
we
shit.
go. All right, 14 comedians. Go.
Joe Rogan, Joey Diaz, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, Dane Cook, Bob Saget, Jerry Seinfeld, Jim Gaffigan, Amy Schumer, Aziz Ansari, Mike Birbiglia. Did I already say Dave Chappelle? I can't remember. Kevin Hart and Robin Williams.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Good work.
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, that's been it for this one.
It has been an adventure.
Yeah, we're on all the social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check us out on all of those. We're also in podcast format, audio only on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And that has been all.
It's been all.
Peace.
Peace.